Top of the morning, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Mark Tibbs. Mark Tibbs did an interview on IFL TV yesterday, which has recently been taken down, but he was given his account on his split up with Dillian Whyte. And according to Mark Tibbs said he made a valiant effort to reach out to Dillian Whyte. Text messages, calls, emails, all of them were rejected. On top of that, he was fired, not from Dillian Whyte, but from Dillian Whyte's lawyer. Okay, his lawyer contacted him and let him go and informed him that your services will no longer be needed. Okay, now what makes me scratch my head is the way it was done. Okay, and on top of the way it was done was the way that Dillian Whyte explained it. Like, oh, me and Mark Tibbs have decided to part ways. It was good in 4 years and 11 victories. And we've decided, he has his family in the UK to take care of this, that, and the other. So when you read it, it made you think like, okay, well, these guys split up due to distance reasons, okay? Just other obligations, things in the way that made it very difficult for these guys to work together, okay? That was my understanding from reading what I read when I read about their split up. Right? Now, knowing that what we know now about Mark Tibbs, based on what he said in the interview, okay? Because I know there's always two sides of the story or whatnot, but based on what we heard, I've heard Dillian Whyte explain the reason, and this reason don't add up and it doesn't match up to the reason for letting him go. And for using a lawyer to let him go. As long as you were with a guy from 11 victories, 4 years, and you've went this far with a guy, each and every situation I understand is different, but when you start sending other people besides yourself, to axe, fire, cancel, terminate a guy that you've been worked with a long time, it always leaves a bad taste in that person's mouth, on top of the people that heard it mouth. When I heard it, I was like, man, that's pretty jacked up. Why would you do that? I remember counterpunching Andy Ruiz when Andy Ruiz sent his father, which was his manager, to Manny Robles to fire him. If you guys can remember that. And I remember telling you how chicken shit that was. This is no different. Okay? The only difference is he didn't send anyone anywhere. I think that was actually better. You sent someone else, but that was close distance, so he could have came himself. But at least you sent someone. You didn't send a letter or an email that says, hey, yeah, by the way, your services are no longer needed. He's now with Xavier Miller, which is another video. But Mark Tibbs, you could tell he was trying to be cordial about it. He wasn't pissed off, but you could tell he wasn't necessarily happy about it. But who would be? You ask yourself, you had a partnership with a person. I know it's business and I know this, that, and the other, but you have to have some type of personal friendship by that time. You know what I mean? That this is a guy that's in your corner. You may or may not lose your life that time. You go to war with. This guy assists you in war, in battle, okay? This isn't a game. Boxing has never been a game. It's been brutal. It's been nasty. It's been dirty, And this is the type of thing, the sport that I love, that I hate so much, quote, really applies to. More on the hate side. Because it's like fighters, it's like they take a trainer and they go through the ringer with that trainer. Some fighters. And then out of the blue, they leave them, but then they leave them on a way that you're like, okay, WTF? Why would you do it that way? Okay. It reminds me of, it's just a real chicken shit move, but it does remind me of something. You're in a relationship with someone, because I can talk personally about it. And, you know, they break up with you with, you didn't know anything until until they text you, and then they break up with you through a text. You know, that's that's the shittiest thing you can ever do. And to me, it comes off weird. I'm still scratching my head on it, because Dillian Whyte doesn't come off to the person that'll do something like that. You know what I mean? He doesn't come off as a passive person to the point that, oh, I don't like confrontation, so therefore I must do it this way. You know, I'll get my lawyer to do it. You know, I'll get my lawyer. Hey, call Mark Tibbs. We don't need him no more. You know, have him nice and sweet. So it's unfortunate for Mark Tibbs. You know, the thing I question now is, I just wonder if that was the right choice for Dillian Whyte now, coming back to the limelight. Because look, remember guys, Marius Walk was like that out of nowhere fight. We didn't even know if he was going to fight. And you could tell the struggles he had in that fight. But Mark Tibbs was there. You know, so I guess he feels that he's in good enough shape to take on Povetkin without Mark Tibbs. You know, I understand these boxers are expendable, at the same time, you don't do anything. I don't feel that was right. You know what I mean? And again, it was real chicken shit if you got someone else, because you owe it to that guy. You owe it to Mark Tibbs to say, hey, man, look, this is what happened. Unless Mark Tibbs has done something like that in the past. Now, we got to look at it that way. If Mark Tibbs did some type of similar chicken shit, he's only repaying the favor. But I haven't heard anything like that. So, you know, but even though two wrongs don't make a right anyway, and I feel that, you know, you've worked with a guy, you owe it to him to tell him. You know, you go through another guy that's always been, you know, the weak or the chicken shit way out. That's the only word that I can think of. And that's the first word I thought of when I heard that. When I read it, I was like, wow, this is jacked up. Dillian Whyte doing that? You know, be quick to judge, but hey, I can't counterpunch Andy Ruiz without counterpunching Dillian Whyte. That was both chicken shit moves. You know, and those fighters should understand that these guys also put their time and dedication in with getting them prepared. You know, I was thinking the whole time, okay, well, he drove to Portugal, 4 countries over. So what could Mark Tibbs do if he has a family due to this coronavirus? But it comes to find out he was looking for him and reaching out to him all at the same damn time and wasn't getting anything. You know what I mean? And in one of those times, Dillian Whyte seen him calling him personally, and he could have picked up and said, hey, Mark, hey, we got to talk. You know what I mean? But that didn't happen, okay? So again, based on what we know, it was real chicken shit of Dillian Whyte to do what he did. I hope he's happy with his new trainer or whatnot. But you guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.